You guys get my, when I was only 18 years old, you got my picture. Nice picture, yeah, that.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Even that one's really
Did you see the 30/30 ESPN?
No, you was telling, yeah.
You, Arlie.
Yeah.
ESPN get this one called Be Water.
Be water.
I think you told us
And
that.
and there was that was the best one from Michael Jordan ones to everybody's one. His one was the best one.
All right. So
He goes,
1, 2.
he says this, I decided to come in person that I have doctored the my film, so I decided to show you how I'm going to do it. And all of a sudden, whoa, brother.
Wow, we started there. Wow. Oh, good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Woo-hoo.
Welcome to the RiFF.
The RiFF.
Brother Arlie on the tech.
Hey.
Myself, Brian, and we got our brother Benny Uyetake
Yeah.
with the longest hair ever. A great
Thank you, Kalu. It's great to be back.
all-around musicians, school teacher. We're going to talk about how it came about. And yeah, welcome, Brother Benny. Thank you for having us do this on October 31st, Halloween Day.
Oh, that's right. Happy
Yeah,
Halloween,
happy
everybody.
Halloween, man.
All right.
Halloween.
But yeah, so we're going to kick it off. So I know Benny. I'm going to let Benny talk. How's this? I knew Benny from when I was like 17, 18 years old. So.
Oh, just last couple of years ago.
A couple years ago, when I first started,
Yeah, so here's Benny, man. You got it, man. You got it, Benny.
I met Brian Manzano when I used to play at the Maui Marriott Hotel in the early 1980s with my cousin Glenn Kakugawa, and we were playing at the Makai Bar at the time. And you know, Brian, it was really awesome because you was like, how did you get involved with the guitar, man? You just came up to me one day and said, Benny, I admire how you play. How do you play? What do you do? Where you going to college? All this kind of stuff. And did you go to school?
I think I was investigating all my mentors, and you was one of them. Besides some other local brothers and guys who visit Maui, but I was young and I was like, wow, man, I'm gonna check out Makai Bar, and I seen Benny and Glenn, his cousin, and I was watching this guy play. I said, wow, these guys are like the Van Halen of, they got long hair, good looking guys. They playing their butt off, and I just was like, wow, man, he improvises good, and I was like, wow, I really like his style, his approach, and I was like, wow, I was drawn. So when I seen you, I was like, wow, I want to play like that, man. So
I guess you saw this from me. What happened is this.
You saw the brain.
You saw the brain. And I got to tell you about the brain. Because in the early 1970s,
or the haircuts.
the late 1970s, I actually went to a school first before I went to the Berklee College of Music.
What year was that?
Berklee was 1980, 81.
Okay.
82, 81, 82.
Yeah.
But in Seattle, I went to this place called the Cornish Institute of Music.
Wow. I didn't
And Cornish was a place. Oh no, this is where
Wow.
Don Mock started.
Wow. No, you told me. I think you
Yeah.
remember telling me that.
And
yeah.
Rod Hutchison or whatever the guys say all these great names. They're from Seattle anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, my influences there was a guy named Bob Rice, who was one of my teachers. He just is a great guitar teacher.
Yeah.
And then I had the opportunity to be with this great, legendary bass player named Gary Peacock. Gary Peacock was Bill Evans and Miles's bass player in those days. And so after that, I said, I gotta meet more. I gotta be with more. I gotta learn from more. I gotta do all kinds of stuff. And then in Seattle, I met some really great musicians there. And
so
then,
you was always around like good great musicians.
Yeah, I was around.
So everything was like falling on you like naturally. It's like wow, because when I first seen you again, it's like wow, and you was playing acoustic guitar, still strings. So that was like, like
my Martin guitar.
Yeah, so it's like man, this guy's improvising on a steel string, and you know how you can get into it, and it's like, wow, this guy is like really deep into the acoustic tone. I was like, yeah, you get Peter Moon, you got some other Steel Party new guys, but their approach is all like very soft. Even though you guys was called soft touch, but you was hard touch and soft touch, but
Hard.
no, but your approach was like aggressive, but yet finesse. So that's why it's like, wow, it was kind of like, it was interesting. Well, it was like, wow, I want to do that. I could see myself doing that, like after singing Mackie Fury and stuff like that. But Mackie wasn't, he wasn't an improviser, but incredible singer. But for you, it's like, wow. You guys have an unreal connection, man.
It was really fun to be introduced in jazz, and also, of course, we were into rock too, with Jerry Garcia, the Allman Brothers, Santana.
Yeah.
That they took the approach of jazz, kinda, and then they played it in their rock, but they improvised over for like 100 hours, and their solo, they play a 2-minute song, but they're gonna add like 2 hours of solo.
No, but even for you, so you're like me. I like to you like to overextend, so you can be like, how's that cake, the one I made for you?
Oh, beautiful.
No, anyway, you're the overextending part. It's awesome because you make sense of the melody, and he says, okay, now he is gone, you're flying, and after that you come back to the melody, you slow it down, and you back to chords. And that was, for me, that was like, I want to do that again. It's like, you watch Peter Moon, he's doing his stuff, then he comes back to the melody of the song, then back to the chord. But you guys had it down. I mean, you and Glenn need not to look at each other. It was just so intuitive and so creative, and
that's right. We never look at each other. You're right. You noticed that.
No, it's like eye contact, or like you're like gone. You're like you're looking away, and Benny's like smiling with his nice teeth, and it's like, hey, are you guys ending right now? Oh no, I want him to solo some more, man. But it was trippy. It was trippy. It's a duet, and you guys been playing for so long. It was so cool, man, to watch you guys.
And we still play.
Yeah. So what year, when you was growing up, Big Island? What year you picked up the guitar though? Like
I was
like the first time that it landed on your lap.
Well, sorry guys, sorry. I gotta get a little bit.
Oh, go ahead, yeah.
Because when you mentioned,
what's your name?
My name is. I just came for clean the bathroom. Yeah, and then later I do the hedges. Yeah, Mr. Manzano. I do the hedges after. But no, when you guys talk about
but thank you for parking my car.
No problem.
I think this was gonna be this was gonna be the talking about Kio's last week. This is the hardest one we got. This guy hot will keep going.
No. Anyways, not to interrupt you guys, flow, but when you say Big Island, I have a thing in my heart about Big Island. So, what part of the Big Island are you from?
I was born and raised in Hilo, Hawaii.
Oh, okay.
And
love Hilo.
Yeah, Hilo is a great.
Now,
why are you so warm about
because I have family there. The Chows.
What Chows?
Chows. There's Jay, and Marian and Joe.
Not Kevin Chow. Chows meaning Chinese ancestry.
Yeah, the Chow family. Yeah.
In Hilo.
Yeah. They're from they're off the this new neighborhood. I don't want to say they're wrong. It starts with a P. My wife turned me on to Big Island. Other than before my wife, I knew nothing about Big Island.
Big Island is really great.
It is, and I fell in love with that island. So just really interested whenever that island is mentioned, and your history with the Big Island, growing up there and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a great place, by the way. And as he was saying about me growing up over there, when I first played the ukulele. That's how I like my dad. I can get into another section about how I got influenced by ukulele, but eventually I saw these two guys performing at my classroom. I think it was like 5th, 6th grade.
Hilo School.
In Hilo Union. And great musicians, my friend John and they were just really great musicians. Anyway, I went home. I asked my brother, "You can teach me how to play guitar." My brother was a good guitar player, by the way. He had this beautiful Ventures Mosrite guitar with one bandmaster amp. And I asked him, "You can teach me how to play?" And he says, "Yep." And he did. And, he never say. He said, "Sure, I'll teach you how." My big brother, 5 years older than me. I'm like 9 going on 10.
So what did he show you? The first thing he didn't show you?
The very first thing he didn't show me was this song by the Vanilla Fudge.
Oh,
called,
with Tim Bogart.
With Tim Bogart.
Wow.
And, it's called "Keep Me Hanging On." So my first solo was holding the C note and going da 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 da, and then I went ding to G. Ding, set me free, why don't you? And so
wow.
And then after that, I did Young Rascal stuff. I did Rick Derringer music because he was with a group called the McCoys, and I was playing all kinds of stuff. Johnny Winter. I mean, all kinds of stuff.
So from going from one slide note to Johnny Winter, that's
oh, my brother went teach me on to some mean stuff.
No, see, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
The influence he had.
Yeah.
The different musicians.
Sam and Dave. In those days, the musicians listened to. Because of, I think the guys that really got people to listen to music was, what is the guy's name? I forget his name, but he owned radio stations, KPOA. No, not KPOA radio. KPOA. He promoted all the.
Tom Moffat.
Tom Moffat. Look at me, I forget Tom Moffat. Losing in my mind. That's how old ago. He did my first album. Hey, but anyway, Tom did all the music. I mean, he introduced.
He was the man, man.
Yeah. In those days, had Kata Moduli guys was listening to Tom.
Speaking of Kata Moduli.
Oh, check this photo.
That is it.
Wait, that's it.
Damn.
That's from that album.
Okay, we gotta stop, folks, because we have to really look at this.
Wait, is that the kind Town and Country?
Wait. That's how I know Benny.
OP shorts.
Benny, that look right there with that haircut. That's the one I remember walking to my car bar. I said, "This guy, I like being like this guy right here. This is the guy right there I met."
Yeah.
Wow, the BCU and the Town Criers, bro.
That was good.
What year was that?
1990, 91.
And wow.
Yeah. And then that was a pretty cool album. I mean, who was on that? Maurice.
Maurice was on
that. A guy named.
Some big heavy hitters.
Kali'i, Kani Ali'i was on that.
Kali'i Kanaili.
He sang a song.
Wow.
Some other really great musicians was on that too.
Who's this? You playing with?
That is Jimmy Dillon.
Jimmy Dillon.
And that was a night that I was playing with a guy named Larry Dupio. Jimmy Dillon is a great blues player on Maui. People really like him.
How's that Strat you playing, Benny, with the upside down headstock?
Somebody gave that to me. It was given to me. It's a left-handed Strat, and it's not really a Strat. I think it was. I forget the name.
Oh, it's left-handed.
It's a left-handed.
No, it's a Brat. It's not a Strat. It's a Brat.
It's a Brat.
Yeah,
it's a Benny Brat.
You're a Brat. Yeah, it's a Benny Brat. Yeah.
But that guitar is one of the nicest sounding guitars I've ever played. I don't play it a lot of the times.
Why?
I don't know
why.
No,
it's you, man.
But I should.
Yeah, because it matches your hair. You know that.
I went with the hair that I don't know anymore. But hey, I get here, but.
Wow.
But wait a minute. That's a left-handed Strat, but the
no. That is a right-handed guitar, but it's a left-handed Strat neck.
Oh,
yeah.
right, Roger.
Yeah.
Because you still got the input down at the bottom.
But people don't realize that neck. How is it the tension from the E string versus the first E string versus the low E string?
Mm-hmm.
The tension. That guitar is really soft. It feels just like one archtop guitar.
Oh.
That there's not too much tension. Like that one have more tension because, the regular guitars, the distance of the strings is real short. But the longer the distance of the string is just like, but you tune them. It's just like on piano.
So do you feel that like when they started making guitars in the 80s with the upside down headstock, they did that for a reason or just looks?
Oh, you know what? They did it for a reason. You know why?
Okay.
They did it. They did it for Hendrix. But the thing about it is that all I know is every guitar player that I knew, great guitar players, they had one guitar like that. They can deny all they like about how they love Hendrix. It's Hendrix. It was all about Hendrix.
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, and then the guy on the left over there is Larry Dupio, a great blues guitar player from Hilo. I met him. He was the very first guitar player in 1978, 79.
Well, I like that shot, that black and white shot, man.
I think I've heard him play before.
Yeah, he's a great guitar player, and he taught me how to do the vibrato in those days, Larry. And that's my 1973. I got to tell you the history. Gibson Les Paul.
Sweet.
That Les Paul
Wow.
was owned by, people not going to believe me, but I don't care, that by a guy named, what is his name? I forget his name.
Not Peter Frampton, huh?
No, the guitar player.
Gary Moore?
The guitar player that played with the Doors. I forget.
Oh,
Robbie Robertson.
Robin
Krieger.
Robbie Krieger.
Krieger, yeah.
Hey, thanks, sir.
Hey, this is like...
I said losing my mind, you know.
No, but I gotta put notes down. I'm winning.
Yeah.
Wow, this
Robbie
is
Krieger.
Wow.
And I was my best friend introduced got me to play it. It's not play it, but visit this place called a Rathskeller in Moscow, Idaho. And he was playing after his Jim Morrison died. They toured with this guy, the Butts Band, Butts, the Butts Band.
You making it up, huh?
No. And I went to this guy, and he was playing one. He usually play one a kind.
Gut string.
The Fenders. I thought he was playing with a Les Paul.
Wow.
And I overheard a conversation. They were talking. He says, I really don't like this guitar. It's really stiff, and he didn't like it. And the guy told him, I was standing right next to him. The guy told him, hey, there's a store at Hoffman Music in Spokane. We're going there between 11 and 12. I'm going to go and stop and trading this guitar. There's no way I'm going, So, hey, I drive from Pullman, Washington to Spokane.
You bought them.
I bought them. And the guy said, I'm looking for a Sunburst Les Paul and interested.
You
and
stalker,
I
you.
stalk him.
Wait a minute. Wow.
And then the guy said this. He goes, hey, somebody just brought it in. We didn't price it, $750. 1973, 74.
You still got it.
I still get them.
I give up.
Yeah, it's a great guitar.
I kind of keep up with yours.
Yeah, it's a great guitar.
Wow.
And so anyway, that guitar is a smoking guitar.
How heavy?
Heavy. Very heavy. And the thing about guitars these days is the bridge and how they connect to the guitar.
Yeah.
Like the Les Pauls, if you notice, going tailpiece.
Yeah.
All the guitars that have tailpieces that I own are so easy to play because of the tension of the strings. Mm-hmm. If they come from the neck, the tail strings have, I don't know why, Les Pauls are easy to play.
No, it's a big
noticed
difference
that.
with strings going through the body and strings on the top.
Yeah.
It's a different tension.
What the tension, but it seems like the way it sits, or
But even the bends is totally different.
It's unreal.
When the string comes through the bottom like this, it's different. Like
now is that neck what they call curved?
Real flat.
Oh, it's flat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then your partner over there.
It's Larry on the left.
Yeah.
And then
what kind of Les Paul is that?
it's the same kind of Les Paul, but mine is a Les Paul standard.
Uh-huh.
His is I think a Les Paul standard, but it's a more recent one.
Now with all those, what I really loved about it is because Ace Frehley played, the Les Paul, right?
Who did?
Ace Frehley.
Yeah.
And then I was like, man, look at all those knobs. And so it's basically tone and volume for each pickup, right? That's all it is. Yeah.
Yeah, two
And
tones, two volumes.
And then the toggle switch up at the top.
It's combination.
Yeah. And then the partner in the back, the gentleman playing the bass, who is that?
Tim Hackbart.
Oh,
Okay.
that's Tim?
You guys, ask me. I was ready for the time. And I like to say kudos to my very dear friend, Bruce Forster, that takes these pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Bruce.
So we gotta let him know that he's taking many pictures.
Maybe we can have him on the show.
He is a great photographer.
Unreal, yeah.
He goes out and
No, that's a nice shot, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a cool shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Bruce does, I've seen a lot of his work.
With you guys, with release shows or stuff like that?
No, with the ukulele festivals.
Hey,
And,
speaking of, we can change up a little bit, gentlemen.
Oh yeah, because
So
hey, I never tell you about Berklee yet.
I know, but I wanna okay, yeah, let's go through Berklee. Then I wanna ask you some ukulele stuff. Yeah, so getting back to Berklee, Benny, what year you went in?
I was there. I first went to a 6-week program in 1979, 80. The following year, I enrolled and went there for 4 semesters.
And
that was 1980.
what was the tuition back there?
Wasn't
too expensive.
wasn't
right?
too expensive, but we had to still send one on audition tape and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. But
Well, you guys had dorms, or you had to rent your
oh
own?
no, I by then I had some friends I was living with. My friend Wayne De Silva and Gerald Kita. They're from Hilo.
Oh, so you guys
and
kind
Roy
of
Okutani.
you guys kind of in hui together. And
Yeah, well, I joined them. I used to sleep on the floor, and that was it. Winters and everything.
Wow.
Sheets and all I had to buy for cold was in there. But it's really funny. But in the mainland,
yeah.
they get those heaters that are really hot.
Yeah.
And it's so hot in the winter that you cannot use a blanket. And we lived in the first time part of the time that I started, I lived at this place called Calm Ave, which is on right close to the school, Boylston, Massachusetts Avenue. And then later on, I lived in this place called East Boston. Catch this place, the Blue Line.
Yeah.
That was like it's where people. It's not. It's an Italian district.
Yeah.
So me running off the bus, running because I'm gonna get murdered or mugged or something like that. But you know what? I never been bothered
Yeah.
because I was a musician,
Yeah,
or maybe
yeah.
thought I was from Hawaii.
Yeah.
Whatever. I never knew the segregation.
So
I
when
never
you
understood it.
So,
It was awesome.
so when you went to school, how far from where you was living?
East
Yes.
Boston for one semester
Yeah.
was probably 10-minute.
You could walk
Train
or
drive. No, you had to go on the train.
Oh.
But then the subway train, and then I lived in this place called One Symphony Road, where I moved to One Symphony Road.
Yeah.
Symphony Hall was right across. I met John Williams, the guy that I met him to the window, shake his hand.
Wow.
I met Chick Corea.
You met Chick Corea?
Miroslav Vitus, the bass player. Yeah, because they played. Wow. They got featured in this one symphony place.
Yeah.
And then eventually I got to hang out at all the clubs and where I saw Stern and all the great guys.
Yeah.
But at Berklee, I got to know this guitar player named Larry Senabaldi. And Larry was the teacher of Stern. He was the teacher of what is that?
Not Wayne France, huh?
Not Wayne Krantz, but the Pat Metheny guys. He was that.
Okay,
kinda,
stop. If you don't mind me interjecting.
And
but-
Schofield.
So I remember when when in the early years of me, listening to you, listening to Al, and how you guys was improvising. And
Al Villarino.
Yeah. So when I used to listen, and then I listened to the chord changes was passing by. So I'm analyzing you guys, and I'm analyzing. He was like, "Wow, he's playing just. It's like, just playing tension stuff, but it's like cool because it's beautiful to my ears. Not everybody can handle the tension and playing out, but yet playing in, but playing out and playing in. But you guys weaseling, and
it's a Boston music. It's a Boston.
Yeah.
Wow.
But you know what I mean? Benny is like, well, it wasn't strip. I mean, you can listen to Inside playing, Safe playing, the great Peter Moon, very, very diatonic. Then you can listen to you playing all over the place and screwing up, not screwing up, but screwing with the rhythm and being rhythmic and syncopated. That was attractive for me, for my ears.
Yeah.
So yeah, I closed my eyes. I said, wow, I like screw with the time now, but. I never felt that. So as I was growing older and went to college, I said, wow, this is what it is then.
Yeah. In 1978, when I was
syncopation, man.
Gary Peacock told me when I used to make mistakes, he says, good, you make mistakes because you create stuff.
You're creating off that.
And he would say this, and if you make a mistake, play it 5 more times and it will sound good. And I would look at it when you improvise it.
Yeah.
And he says, he would talk like this, and he would talk like Miles Davis, and he would say, "Yeah, Miles used to play the note. If you listen to his solos, he would go, "Bah, bah, 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 bah," and sound like tritones."
No, but you know, real nice. Even I forget what song, but when he used to, because you have a nice tone on an acoustic, and you used to use a delay, no, yeah.
I used to,
For certain-
I wanted to be the kind of Matheny at the time.
So anyway, I get into that. So when I heard your tone, I was like, I was looking, what kind of pedals is this guy using? And then when you played you played kind of like real subtle, sparse kind of playing like Pat Martino. I said, wow, this guy is like Pat.
Yeah.
Like not busy like Pat Martino, but Martini is like very breathy, you know, and you can breathe. And then sounds like Dimolo now. Oh, okay, now he went back to his sound himself. So it's like all these different influences. But you know, you don't gotta be into guitar, but if you're a guitar player want to learn how to improvise, then you're listening for that kind of stuff from somebody like you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I don't know. That ukulele.
Okay, hey,
Arlie.
Is that the one you were telling me about earlier?
Yeah.
okay, let's go to the ukulele, brother. Arlie.
Wait.
Yeah, you got it.
Well,
I'm gonna use the bathroom.
okay. Hey, wait a minute. I put the bucket under the table so you don't have to leave. But this ukulele,
Catheter.
yeah, this ukulele right here is your personal one. Somebody gifted you this, right?
Yes.
Correct?
Mhm.
Wow.
And and it's an old ukulele. It was made by a guy named Louis Gaspar. He was a descendant, not descendant, but apprentice of Samuel Kamaka. They were all good friends at the time. The very first Sam Senior and Kamaka Senior, and he was in Honolulu.
Mm-hmm.
He made that ukulele on Maui. He moved to Maui, married a Kamaka daughter, a girl. I don't know what Kamaka, but it was what's her name? But he married Sam Kamaka's daughter, and then of course he had connections. His headstocks and everything was totally different, but you can tell the style that he had, like the bridge over there, the saddle.
Yes.
Is Kamaka.
Yeah. That styling.
Yeah.
But you know what is really what I'm.
Look at the body.
Yeah. Before I started really paying attention to way they were built and looking at a ukulele as someone who made it rather than just someone who plays it. But take a look at how the neck connects to the
I
body.
cannot believe. I should have brought.
Wow.
You notice that?
Yeah.
Only now I notice.
Most ukuleles have like a
So-
what's
like
that
a
word?
two-piece, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a like.
So he
So how did he do
overextended.
that? So did he?
I'm gonna have to bring it.
How did he do that? Is what I want to know.
Benny, you got to bring it to the
Okay,
next one.
this is episode 1 and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll bring it in episode 7.
Yeah.
But
That is, what? If most ukulele players, if at a quick glance, you would not notice that, but
I like
Because
it.
normally-
you would love it when you see this ukulele.
Wow.
it is how it looks like to me at this angle that the top piece connects to the neck. Where you know what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
heel of the neck.
This
would
is like a Gibson's SGR.
I know. I should have brought it with you. I
Yeah, no, you should've.
But that ukulele is fine.
do you play it a lot, or is this more of a treasure?
No, I play all my instruments. An instrument is nothing if you don't play it. You know.
Right, yeah.
So I play it. It plays really good, but I gotta play it in my room because a lot of the times if I played in the living room,
Uh-huh.
I leave them on the couch,
yeah,
and then I walk away, and all of a sudden my grandkids start playing them.
Oh.
I don't mind them playing them.
Yeah.
It's when my
The danger of it being out, in other words,
yeah.
And being
unattended.
smashed,
yeah,
yeah.
being unattended. That's
yeah.
the thing, you know.
Yeah.
I don't mind them playing them. I can watch them play them.
You know, speaking of ukuleles, I really dig that, and I find that the sopranos is funny because when you first start playing as a beginner, that's when you're usually going to start with, right?
Mhm.
Because you're learning all the chords in the first maybe 3-4 frets, and then you live there for a while, and then you learn how to strum. And but as you start exploring further up the fretboard, just like a guitarist, you find that the soprano is very kind of small, and then you need to move up to the concert, then move up to the tenor.
This is a
You know
soprano.
what, you know
That's
what I
beautiful.
noticed about, look at the lower string. Look how much fret you got on the left side. There's a lot of fret on the
Yeah,
so look at that.
yeah.
And then on the treble, it's like push, just like
And
It's probably
can-
just the angle of
it's
the
just
shot.
the angle of the shot.
Oh, okay.
You know, you guys talking too much. You know, like I'm gonna put my freaking brain on.
Okay.
Okay, I'm
well,
gonna put my brain
yeah.
on, and then you guys keep on talking.
well, it's still early, but
I'm just kidding.
I definitely want to bring attention to that beautiful guitar. I'm gonna set the camera so we can get a
Oh
better
my
look at it.
Okay,
And,
okay,
and please,
okay.
if you could please give us a little.
Yeah, Benny. So what is
not playing.
that? What is that?
This is
Oh, that's what you use that night.
this is a
Oh, that's a Collins.
it's a Collins with a G.
Collins.
Can we see the back?
And it's rosewood. It's not Brazilian. It's
No, it's
still
beautiful.
East Indian rosewood.
Beautiful.
And it was given to me by my wife's dear friend. Gave it to her, and
It's a beautiful size, and the
Yeah.
body is not that thick. It's medium.
yeah, and then it's a C10 Collins. Look at the small body. In fact, I'm gonna pick up a guitar the same size today. That's Takamine, and look, this is just.
That's a nice guitar,
And then,
man.
of course, ebony neck,
How many frets?
spruce top. The thing
It's
from
a
here
short
to-
frets, huh?
from 12, 13, 14.
It's a short
14,
fret.
yeah, 14 right here. And then
Wow.
after that, you know,
Yeah.
like I brought this guitar to the gig last time when he was there.
Yeah.
Brought him in, and all of a sudden I realized that all my songs that I solo, I couldn't reach them. So I go,
See?
yeah,
You know what it is? It's telling you to stop playing over the 14th fret.
just play, and so like of course when I watch Tommy Emmanuel, he can play them even if it's over here. So I'm gonna have to kind of look and see what
That's
Tommy
a great
does.
guitar. I like the headstock, man.
But isn't it
Yeah,
beautiful?
it's nice, man.
That guitar is
It
beautiful.
is.
You know the shape of it. How some acoustic guitars like that one is like the small top half and the big bottom half.
You know what it looks like? It looks like the 00 and the
Yeah, the 00, the Martins.
The Martins 0015 and the 000 or double triple
16 or
triple.
18.
It reminds me of the Eric Clapton version, but it's a little bit different. The Eric Clapton version is more slimmer. That is more thicker on the Okole
Yeah,
part.
and so I'm picking up an Eric Clapton style made in Japan.
Can I feel that neck?
You can. Oh, hey. Let me feel it first, and then you can feel it next.
Wow.
Beautiful.
What year?
You're welcome to play it.
What year?
I don't know. This is at least 10 years old now.
Wow, this is a nice shape.
Oh no, this is actually about 15 years old now. This guitar.
Austin, this is a nice shape. Look at the headstock.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It's not just, it's kind of that uneven.
Yeah, yeah. That one was just lucky. As I said, it was a gift to my wife. My wife gave it to me. I'm gonna have to. What is name gonna have to fix? I think that little weather or humidity got to it. So what is name is gonna have to help me fix the first string, but because it's so sensitive at a guitar, you put them inside a moisture room, it will change it.
You know, I noticed that, especially the ukulele there, and then when we took a look at your Gibson, all the guitars that are, and the instruments that you're playing, what I noticed is that they're so clean and shiny. Do you spend a lot of time taking care of your instruments, or is this?
No, I'm terrible, but yeah, I try my best to. Taking it.
Hey, you guys heard it, huh? On the riff. He's terrible. He don't clean his guitars,
Yeah, look
you know.
at Brian's guitars, man. You get like chicken grease.
Okay. Someone laughed the other day.
Look at that one.
Okay, he think he Tommy Emmanuel. Well, he better than Tommy Emmanuel. But the best thing about me, I do clean this one because this is a gift from my wife. But all my other guitars, before I would gig, and I drive from Lahaina, I'm from Haiku to, and I would go and ask guys, can I have French fries? Because I never eat. getting all my stuff up, grinding at chemos, going for it, and all of a sudden look at the time. Well, I gotta start right now. No even wash hands, and I see playing.
Oh, there you go.
That's what gets so much grease on top.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna do that no matter what. People think that I kind of really.
Benny, that's you know. Next time we're gonna plug you in and you gotta do some numbers and so. That's a great guitar, man.
Well, it's really a beautiful sounding guitar.
Yeah, you know that night
I got a Fishman in there.
the night you was playing and using that because
You never blow your mind.
no,
That's all.
it was nice.
Never distort.
No, but you know what? No matter what, because it's the player too. It's not just the guitar. You can get like a freaking Squire and you can make them talk. But like the other guitar, the Gibson nylon string or steel string, get a different vibration. This one got a different vibration. You play
Different voice, yeah.
Get a different voice, but the voice get attracted to the player's fingers because it's how you play it.
That's
you know?
just a sweet guitar,
Yeah, man.
And,
I mean, no matter what kind of guitar, you close your eyes, you know, gonna be Brian Manzano.
what about strings, Benny, on guitar? Are you like gotta have only this brand, gotta only have this gauge, or do you experiment? I'm sure you have over the years.
Over the years, I have. So
Yeah.
now, as you get kind of older,
You get that Uyetake strings.
I get
You got your own strings.
No, I don't have strings. And you know what? I'm not going to jive. I probably could.
Yeah.
You know, because I probably could tell him.
And
Hey,
he will give us free.
Hey, you know what? I would, yeah, man.
but I actually for my electric guitars, like that one. These
That is a
9
sweet guitar. Please
I-
bring that in one.
I use 9s now on them.
Okay.
I know I know what using nines.
Why did you start with 11s or something
the 10s,
crazy?
11s,
You started with 13s.
Yeah, yeah. But then when I play his guitars, I'm like, I like play. What can you use? But anyway,
You said nines? You're not tens?
9s and 10s.
And so what? So you got 9s on the bottom. What's on the top? 42 or 46?
My telly out there has a 9. Most of my guitars have 10s that I use.
And then what's on the top?
The top is
46.
42 to 46.
42. They make these hybrid sets that I really like.
The
Dario
Ernie
makes.
balls. Oh no. Ernie
Yeah,
balls.
the Darios they make 9s and then 46s on the top.
I love Diodaros.
They
Yeah.
even get 9.5.
Yeah.
That in between one. You ever tried that one?
No.
9.5.
Oh, yeah.
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 Jeffrey turned me on to that.
Yeah, so I usually use the strings that Jeff suggests
Yeah,
nowadays.
yeah.
Jeff goes like this, Benny, I just put on this GHS white bronze. Tell me if you like them. And ever since then, I go like I use
He always catch me.
anything that Jeff Hornbeck
Yeah.
say with he fixed my guitars.
Yeah.
I use them. I got to call him up. Jeff, what you put on? Just bring the guitar. I'll put it on for you. You don't even tell me what it is. He just said, come down and put them. And he
And then you
takes
get
care of
hooked.
me.
And you get hooked up.
Speaking of Jeff Hornbeck, great guy, great guitar
Yeah,
tech,
man. Yeah.
great guitarist.
Oh yeah, we got to bring his name in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
of course.
Mahalo
Yeah.
Jeff. He's
Mahalo,
worked
Jeff.
on. He's worked on some of my guitars, dialed them in, and we gotta have him on the show.
But he does have a problem,
Yeah.
He always, when you give him a guitar, he says, Benny, this is the best guitar I ever played. And I go, hey, dude, don't lie to me. No, Jeff, I'm just joking. I love you.
No, Jeff is like, yeah.
Jeff will make your hurt guitar healed.
He can make
Heal.
he can make this guitar sound like that.
Yeah,
guitar.
he's healed. And I've bought. He calls me up. Hey Benny, there's this guitar in here, and you gotta play it. I go, shucks, because I know I'm gonna buy them.
No.
And just so happened, I walk down there, and here is Manzano in the same place. Manzano goes, Benny, get one telly right in there. This has your name on it.
And you know what? I said, Benny, you gotta try this. His face is like, what? This is not a 1955, but yeah, it's worn in. He was blown. I said,
Because it was worn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Unbelievable.
Jeff is such a sweet guy.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
he doesn't go like this, like Brian. He can go, "Bah!" And he'd be like, calm down. Then he can come down.
Yeah, that come down. I'm tired.
But Jeff is like this.
Your arm's too short for
Yeah.
to describe him. Your arms need a little bit bigger for show where he goes.
But when he makes a recommendation,
Yeah.
I listen.
Oh, yeah.
And take a look at those Yamaha amps
Yeah,
over there.
that's why we got those.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
a Jim Hornbeck special.
Yeah.
So that got one because of him. And there's Brian's one.
Oh, this one right here.
Yeah.
Oh, if you could make your guitar and amp sound like that all the time, it'll be incredible. Huh? Because in those days, the Yamaha I used to have on G 110 or G 110 Yamaha before. I got them from Lee's Music.
Lee's Music.
Yeah.
Me and Brian was just talking about house music the other day.
Oh, the one in the corner in Kaumano.
So check this out. This is our Yamaha. No, Taco Mini Yamaha guitar. Look how nice. This is a $25 guitar, pawn shop guitar.
Who makes it down?
Taco Mini.
Oh wow.
The reverb on that amp is just.
Where you got that from? But you know what? I had them on the stolen list at my house. Hey, wait a minute. Where did you? What pawn shop?
Wailuku.
Yeah, as well.
Wait. Hey, is there a cigarette burn on the back?
No,
On
yeah.
the
Wait, where you put the cigarette? Because if got one cigarette burn over there,
That's
it's
mine.
Hey, you know, Arlie. This
Yeah.
is speaking of that.
Yeah.
I never even smoke. I just put them on there every time I play. We read the recording studio, taking pictures. I put the cigarette over there, and I make believe in. I want it to look like I'm Eric Clapton or some great Dwayne Allman.
Yep. I think that's
Nice, no?
yeah, that and you know what, that Yamaha amp that Jeff turned me on to, it's actually can sound like a full Marshall stack.
You remember we was
But
talking?
I mean, I didn't realize you can make a really nice
you
clean
can-
sound out of that.
Oh yeah,
amp. It can do everything. That amp.
It has the reverb because it's Yamaha first of all, right?
Yeah.
People don't realize that Yamaha's a state of the art.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I use on my chorus, you guys? On my chorusing, I have this thing called SPX 90.
Oh my God!
Oh,
you still got it.
wow.
Yes.
Yeah,
and I stereo them, and I only use the
Wait.
chorus, and the things sound like I make believe I'm Mike Stern going for it.
No. So I was telling Arlie, it's like, because I was telling him about the clean sound of this. It's like I love the reverb, so I use the reverb from this, and I use something else for that because, like you said, you take one thing from this unit and add that into this other unit, and you got your sound.
Yeah.
And the SPX 90 was like back in the 90s, right?
No, it's 80s already. Yeah. So that's the first processor they made.
I
Yamaha.
can't believe you get that.
Yeah.
How much you got them for? 1,000.
In those days, it was like about 650.
No, what was
Yeah, in those days was pricey.
Because remember down in Lee's, they said, "Oh yeah, Brian, this is and like I know my money already looking at this rack unit. It's like, oh my God, I gotta buy that to sound like that. You know what I mean?
Now you're talking 1985, and
Here we go, Benny.
and they're calling it vintage.
Oh, I love this. This is mine. It's
Symphonic.
great. I use number 23.
Okay, and now did you tweak it or is that a
Spoiled
preset?
brat.
No, I did 23 because that's what Mike Stern used.
And it's a preset.
Spoiled
It's a
brat.
preset, yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna be searching on Reverb or Amazon.
It's actually chorusing that I
Yeah.
use. Because my reverb, what I noticed that between delay and reverb, reverbs play a really important. We used to use microverbs, which
Yeah.
is Alesis.
Oh, Alesis,
It was
yeah.
wonderful, but because I was in Boston, I was using lexicons.
Check this out. That conversation right there, because I remember you was taking a break. I forget what time, and I came up to the stage, that Half Moon stage.
Oh, at Mackay Bar.
Yeah, Mackay Bar. And first time I said, "Hey, Benny."
And he was
What?
underage too, by the way.
And when I said, "Hey, what kind of reverb is that?" Okay, Brian, this is a Alesis, but I use a lexicon, and I said, "Wow, I remember the lexicon with the blue lettering, the small box." I said, in my mind, I'm like, I gotta get that then. And I gotta get this. I'm thinking, okay, how much money I gotta save for? No, but it's real funny because you're looking at your mentors, right? It's like, okay, you get that. How am I gonna pull it off? Only working at the rent-a-car, man. That's $880, bro. I gotta save. No, but you know what I mean? That's how much influence had on me from all the brothers that I love over the years. And I'm looking at this, like, how I gonna save this or how I gonna borrow money from my mom or dad.
Really?
And it's like Lexicon was like the Lamborghinis of reverb, yeah.
Yes.
Like at least this was like the Datsun, but then you get on Lexicon. Ooh, yeah, I played you on Lexicon. It's a feeling because you know what kind of reverb sounds you're gonna get, and it's like you have an unreal tone, man.
The Lexicon came from. I asked Pat Metheny what he used. He used a thing called Prime Time Lexicon. It's like it costs like about $5,000-$10,000.
Oh my God! Oh, that's the studio.
The studio is.
Yeah.
But speaking of Berklee, a few minutes back, one of my teachers was this guy named Michael Metheny, Pat's brother.
Oh wow!
Pat came to town back home. He came into the classroom. We sat down. We asked him questions, and that night, Mike would invite all of us, and then for the rest of the year, anytime Pat was in town, we could walk into a Pat show and say that we are Berklee students.
Wow!
And then we would get on for free. And I would sit down and we watched Pat play, and I was just dropping because Pat was so beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful.
And
player,
he could rip, but it wasn't about ripping.
No, he was like I said, he got all that technique behind his hand. He's not gonna do the John McLaughlin run, but he playing so much.
He could
space.
do that a long time ago. Yeah.
He got so much space, and that space is hard to do for guitar players because it's like boom, you got all day in the world.
Space is sound.
Yeah.
You guys. I just wanted to take this moment.
Yes.
Because of the time on our part one, but I just wanted to.
Sorry about that.
No. It's just that.
Let's talk about this.
My hard drive. I just wanted to. Mention that. Benny, you've been so integral, and especially on Maui with the keiki and stuff.
Yeah, man.
And all the things you're doing and bringing music to these local kids is just amazing. And could you tell us a little bit about of how you started and
how many concerts
what you've done and where you're headed? With this COVID thing, I know it's really difficult to do things like this. But where do we go from here? Where do you go from here with this kind of situation happening in the world right now?
I don't know where I'm going, but I can tell you where it came from first.
Yeah.
I'd like to start about 15 years ago, maybe about 11 years ago, excuse me.
Wow.
I started to teach more at Kalama Intermediate School. That's where I teach now. And I got to know a lot of people who were promoting. And one of the guys that promoting was this guy named Ken Martinez Bergmeyer, and from Jazz Alley. So what he did for me was he opened it up that all my students could play on the big stage with all the great legends. That's how I started. I with getting the, and then when I start to do that, people start to hear who the heck are these kids. These kids would be playing for 20, 30 years already with other people.
Right.
I mean, schools. But then I took them to another level. I took them to another level where I was playing now.
Wow.
Most teachers, of course, that they are schooled. They're not performing musicians as per se,
right.
or that they didn't have the opportunities that I had. So my students were taken on big stages, fun big jazz stages. Wow. We played the Coffee Attic. The Coffee Attic is where everybody plays now, right?
Yeah.
And so the kids went inside there. And
a shout out to John Henry Mahalo.
Yeah, John. And all these people are so good. My kids played in front of like Larry Coryell, bro. How's that?
Wow.
I'm going. They go like, But
but to put together, I mean that's a lot of kids, man.
Oh yeah, and then
to play in that set, and everybody be, I mean that's
my. You know what my philosophy is, guys?
Unreal.
A lot of people choose their best, and when you choose your best, you only get 5 or 6 good players. I take the ones that play. I don't care, because I will have my best in front. The guys in the back can, if they don't keep up, they can learn eventually to keep up. And by the 6th month of school, they all playing and they all enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
And it's I don't take them as being a recital or anything like that.
Yeah,
I want to give them I want to give them the opportunity, because as I said, half of these kids aren't great players, but the other half are great players.
Mhm.
So they become the mentors of
Oh.
their
and
classmates.
being on the stage with a group with your mom and dad and your
Out there.
your grandma out
It's
there.
a feeling. It's a feeling, man.
That's beyond, you're going more inside, and I think that's awesome. And then with a group like this, what you can put together, the time you spent is just amazing, and I
Yeah.
think it's a wonderful.
I
thing.
could not bring more than this much in the coffee
What-
attic.
what was-
I could have brought 100 in there.
How much was this at the coffee?
This one, kids on the side too. So that was probably like about 25, 30.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now is this the same day or a
Same
different?
guys, same kids.
Now is that Michael Elam on keyboards?
Michael Elam was playing keyboards.
Oh, okay.
Hello, Michael. And then that night was a special night. That was to show everyone that my kids could play with the best. Michael Elam was there. Another guy was there. My friend David Graber was playing bass. Larry
That's
Commit was
awesome,
playing
man.
keyboards. Congas. Holly Villarimo.
Yeah, Halimano.
He was Halimano.
Yeah.
He was also featured, and then Jimmy Dillon. So all these kids, they played with great accomplished musicians.
That's beautiful, man.
yeah.
And how do the logistics of taking 10 or more kids in one room and starting them, like, of course, some going already know what is the basic chords.
On a downbeat.
How do you do that?
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, I'm gonna tell you this right now.
because I tried to give one.
Is there a trick?
workshop?
There is a trick. I'm gonna tell you the
of
real
5.
trick.
Because what happens, like, okay, my short experience, get 5 kids, 2 are really good, 3 don't know anything, how to even tune or hold. So in the short period of time you have, you wanna help the advanced ones to give them more, but then the other guy's gonna be like, oh, what about me? Then you're gonna spend more time with the ones that need extra help, and the ones who are advanced are seeing they're picking their nose,
Yeah.
bored, yeah.
There's this thing called one thing I learned as a teacher is peer tutoring. That means
Oh.
as soon as somebody who's like, I got a Brian Manzano in my class, Brian, and Brian is already climbing the walls because he already know everything, and everybody else is like struggling. Brian, do me a favor. Can you go over there and can you help these 3 guys? Shoot, mister, you go. Boom.
Right.
And then they start helping each other.
Okay.
And then
Right.
and that's how you start doing it. And that's how these guys.
So
a
you
lot of it-
got like teachers under you teaching.
Yes.
Oh.
Like all these kids over here in front.
Yeah.
They deserve to be in front.
Oh.
I put them up in front, and then look, everybody in the back. Some of them start struggling, some of them are playing, but they all are looking at them, or they're hanging and they're playing.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That
and
is great.
and
And,
then-
and, the
Awesome.
sound.
And another thing too is this is very different from the band. When you do the band, you got to do as written. Yeah. When we as musician comes on, somebody comes on and says, you guys got only 2 minutes. So you can stop literally wherever you like stop.
Uh-huh.
The band cannot stop wherever they're going to stop. They're going to, they're going to, we didn't finish the whole thing because they got to go from beginning to end. A lot of the times, right? That's how it is, right?
Yeah.
Or anybody like that doing a recital or anything. So I teach these kids to have the mentality of being a musician. I play the song. Sometimes I say, guys, we're going to do the chorus. We're going pa 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 pa. Okay, I start saying stuff like that.
Right, right.
All of a sudden they start doing it. They can come in at will anywhere. They can end anytime, guys. What we're going to do right now? We're going to the
Wow.
intro and we're going out. You guys got that? And I talking to them. Like
Wow.
some of Willie's shows that some of the shows that you was when we were at the what you call that, the Maui Ukulele Festival.
Yeah.
I'm talking to these kids all the time, constantly, and you can hear me talking, but that is only to teach them eventually that they can do whatever they want to do instead of what they have to do, because I want them to become their own musicians, and they all learned. And that's their
Wow.
my communication with them. They all go like, oh, okay, we're gonna end right now. Oh, good, Jank.
Wow.
Wow, that's awesome,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. So there's
Wow.
a lot of strategy.
Yeah.
But it's my secret too.
Wow.
I had 5 brothers and 5 sisters. So I learned from the best. My dad would teach us how to be spontaneous in everything we did. And that's why I can handle, not everybody can handle loud talking, right? I tell, like right now, we have COVID and we're on the screen. I tell each kid, turn on your mic right now. This no sound like a classroom, sound like some kind of morgue. Turn it on. They're all talking to each other. They're doing anything to make it feel like it's class. And I want them to feel like they're normal. Even in my classrooms, I want them to be loud until we start. As soon as I walk in, I go, beep. When we play at the mall, if you've seen us at the mall, they loud. As soon as they come on stage, beep. They know.
Yeah.
They just know. It's not that I can scold them. They were taught to be appropriate.
Yeah, so
Wow.
beyond teaching them actually where to put their fingers and how to play the instrument, you're teaching them to be musicians, and then you're teaching them also how to be their own musician.
That's the key. Yeah?
That's the
That's
key.
awesome.
That's
Harley,
it. That's it.
we wish that we were taught that
Yes.
when we were young, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got that because I had great teachers when I was young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they said, Mrs. Adapt, she used to be she was a performer, and she was this great singer. Go for it. But she taught us how to. She says, "Come, you guys got to set up all the chairs. You guys got to do this. You guys got to do that.
Oh,
Okay, the PA system, do this,
Oh,
do
Mr.
that."
Miyagi style, yeah.
Unreal.
Wow.
And then sand the floor after.
Yeah, he said, you work first, and then after that, and then in Hilo, I had a band teacher that let us use any of the amps that we wanted to, even though we were like wild guys. He was Mr. Stevenson. He was awesome. The music teachers are very important in how they're gonna get you.
They had influenced you,
Yeah, they all.
and now you're doing. What
I'm
they
doing
taught
what
you.
I'm doing it, and people don't realize that it's the relationship you have. If you don't have a good relationship with your teacher, you ain't gonna get nothing.
Yeah.
But if the teacher can teach you how to have a relationship with them, you can get that.
So
right?
so, are we gonna have maybe you have an inside track? Are we gonna have the ukulele festival this year?
No.
No. Okay.
I think that I don't know.
Yeah.
He still said that it's encore. He might do something because it's supposed to be this month.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, October, yeah.
Yeah, supposed
Yeah.
to be like next week.
Yeah.
And so we even supposed to have a jazz festival. It's still Hanaho. But I did bump into Art one time, and Art has things
Mahalo,
going.
Art. Yeah.
Art has things going on, and that he probably going to create something because Art Vento is the brain
Yeah.
of that kind of stuff at the Mac.
Maybe a virtual or kind of thing where he brings people in one by one, and that would be sweet. I mean, I just love that festival and running into everybody.
Yeah, I get an idea.
Hey, where's the picture that gets you in there?
No, I get.
Oh, I don't know.
Real fast,
Yeah.
Arlie. I get
No, I put them on. You
Yeah.
better look. What's the matter with you? Arlie's they're hiding.
No, Ben, I get an idea. What if you bought a couple of your students and perform here, and we can edit that on one of the parts we do with you?
Of course.
Yeah, so you kind of can just maybe like 4 of them.
Bruh, you're going to die.
So
These guys are.
so
you don't cry because they're so awesome.
So
They love it.
So let's do that, and then we can attach that to the next part because I think it's going to be good.
Oh yeah.
We have it here.
No, as I said, it's good.
Yeah,
Good.
it's gonna be
I gotta
good.
follow the contract of 10 episodes, but we're gonna have to.
You cannot breach the
Oh, this
contract.
guy is Target Maki, are you listening?
Our contracts are
Benny,
ironclad.
you want to take over?
Hey, Arlie, I don't know what is that picture. You gotta take them off.
Which one?
That with the kids.
Oh, that's my.
Okay.
That's my grandkids.
Okay, Arlie. It's not about you today.
I know. I'm trying to.
No, just joking, Arlie.
No, well, where's the other? Where's the picture?
I you know what? Some of them that you sent said no subject. So, here. This is the one I wanted to. Oh, where'd it go?
Where's that?
I wanted to get this picture in my.
Well, Arlie, is that how you teach your kids?
Oh.
The
Tablature.
tablature over there.
Well, on certain runs, like if it's
No, that's my style too.
yeah, I really like that. I'm getting them to use their ring and the ring finger and the pinky, and that seems to be once they can get control of the ring. And pinky
He look
finger,
only serious, yeah.
yeah. But
Only serious way you look when you
Because I
say-
looked at it, I thought it was mine for. I went, what?
No, you
That's what I use in my classroom. My that diagram.
Look, you see concentrating on that band, Benny. Look at that black and white shot.
I definitely want to see that telly, man.
I get some good tellies. I bet, and they're all Mexicans.
I can't seem to.
Yes, yours is almost at the bottom. It's really a good one. It has me, you, and had Derek, you know,
And Kamaka.
Kamaka guys.
Yeah. I see Derek every now and then with his boys. His boys are really talented. Did you teach them too?
No,
Oh, okay.
but you know what? You know what I did? How's this one? I was doing a concert with Derek. Ended up playing with us, sitting with us, and played. Santana was there's a son.
Yeah.
He came in. Santana was sitting with me and was playing. I take out one pick, V pick, brah. I said, Santana, magic. You're gonna use this pick and you're gonna play. I think he still get them because he told me he still get them. And I said, you can play when you learn how to play your guitar, you use this pick. And Santana, and you remember because you know with a V pick people,
yeah.
A V pick.
Brother V Picks, thank you,
Yeah,
Vinny, up in Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you remember that everybody telling me like, and telling us because he turned me on to these V picks and I started getting to V picks, and then the V picks is the closest thing to a finger.
Yeah.
It's acrylic is the closest.
I remember when I came up your house and I gave you your Uyetake seminar in picks. You was like, what the heck is this? I was like, try this. And you're like, okay, take a while.
I mean, yeah, he came up to me and then Arlie, and all of a sudden I say spending $300 of picks.
I know that you told me, you know what? I'm going to sleep 2 o'clock in the morning, you sucker.
Oh, hey, look at those. You see all those?
Oh, wow.
When we were young, it's Gabby on the side. It's Jesse Jr. And this guy's name is the reason why I have it is one of my dad's best friends.
Are you in this picture?
No. I just had to show this because this kind guy was one of the guys that really influenced me in music. His name was Joe Kekao Oho.
And where's this show?
This was in Honolulu.
Wow.
And my dad was in the audience. My dad was one to take the picture. But the thing about it is that guy, he sang a song. You got to look at it. It's called No Hoo Hoo.
No Hoo Hoo.
And yeah, he was the one that made it famous. And he was only 4'5". He was like small. But he when dressed up like this as this comedian. And then and you see Gabby over there. And then
So Frank De Lima ripped off this guy then.
oh yeah. Without a doubt.
Uncle Frank, I love
Without
you.
a doubt. Frank probably seen this guy. He came to our house on the Lurleen boat, and every Monday with Uncle Jesse, he would come on the boat. Jesse Kalima was my dad's best friend. These two guys, they're all born in 1920. They all hung out and lived on a place called Riverside Street, 440 and 430 North King Street on Riverside Road or whatever, in this place called Green Block. And my grandparents were the caretakers.
Wow.
Of Duran and Irvine.
Some
Plumbers.
nice moo that guy got.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
so that's the reason why I showed it was because my dad took the picture. Look at that.
That is unreal. Look at those shoes from Tom McCann's.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, the white pant. The white.
you know photos like this. I'm sure you got many more.
Chicken skin, man.
I took some from the guy in the middle from his house. This one I took him from the middle.
He looks like Tarvin.
A little bit.
Oh yeah, no, his name is Big Boy Jesse Kalima Jr. Wow. If you guys ever do some research,
And check out that shirt, man. That is like.
oh yeah,
They should bring those and look at Gabby's shirt. I mean, I wonder if I can get in close.
yeah, but Gabby was different. Gabby was like, I'm an old man. I ain't gonna wear white pants. No, Gabby wore white pants too, though. you know.
His look was the coveralls, and once they
No,
down.
Gabby was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was small, I would see them in the front yard with Ata Isaac. Everybody
wow.
walking, going to Uncle Jesse's house.
How are we doing on time, brother?
I think we gotta
We gotta fly for the next, yeah?
we gotta wrap it up.
Let's wrap it
Hey,
up,
sorry, man. You guys was talking about all kinds of stuff. You know, too much brain work. We were doing good.
No.
Sorry, we're gonna hit that off.
This is just much mahalo, Benny.
Brother
Oh,
Benny, thank you so
Harley.
much. Thank you, man.
Yeah, you guys.
We're gonna do part 2 again.
Hey, everybody, live at the RiFF.
We want
That's Shreddy's Minds.
look at that. Take a look at that shirt.
Oh,
and it was just by you know, the stars were aligned.
tell
I
you,
guess
man,
today.
it was-
Yeah.
it was-
Wait. I get 10 of these.
No,
But it says
no, that's
the-
a nice shirt.
the Big Island Jazz
Blues
Yeah,
Fest.
and by Ken Martinez.
And by the way, yeah, we're going out with the music. Brother Benny Uyetake, thank you so much for having us on our interview here.
Yes. And this is part 1
Yeah.
of many parts to come. Mahalo
We're
very
gonna bring
much.
the kids.
Okay, aloha.
And
The Bring the Kids, playing some ukulele.
yeah.
Yes.
Signing off.
Oh,
Aloha.
Aloha.
Yes, aloha.
Shoes, brother!